Please, the show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's yap about it. Let's yap about it. Yap about it podcast. Starring Raw Bass. Let's yap about it. Yeah. Let's yap about it. Let's yap about it. Let's yap. Let go. Let's yap. We in the mix. Fit too savage. Let's yap about it. Had to pray for all of my children. Now the whole world be listening. Talk to niggas from prison. Spoke how they was living. How the COs be tripping. Rappers losing on the back end because promoter dudes keep dipping. Seen the show when the dude started out of bloods, then start cripping. Stripper niggas stop tipping. Out of game niggas stop flipping. Bad attitude, so he had to move just to keep his ass out of prison. Seen a show about a young hoe fucked on a sister, man, no apology. Let's yap about it. If the bitch come around me, she can holler at me. Check my Instagram, she was following me. Cause she knew I be where them dollars be. Rapid funds, but I keep it going. I fuck you up, no apologies. Too savage, savage like music.
When it comes, I want my audience to know tonight of what it means for us to be on track and one accord when it comes to building things. This episode, I dove deep. I wrote some things down. I wanted to articulate across the board on some things that I've been through and experiences in my life, and the thing compared to then, from the 80s, 90s, all the way to where we are now as a society. If you would love to chime in, if you go to YouTube, if you go to the YouTube page, you'll see the YouTube link if you actually want to get on camera, if you want to call in. The number's directly on the YouTube page. I actually posted it in the chat here too. If you want to tap in the number, you already remember 515-605-9776. That's 515-605-9776. And I want to go, like I say, more in depth about how I'm moving, in the manner in which I'm moving, and what's on my plate and what's in store for me in the future, especially when it comes to this program. It's been an amazing journey. Me getting back into the swing of things, me balancing out my schedule, me timing myself and putting myself in a position to be able to put out material and being able to put out media content. Being a person that writes down different things and creates the different topics and the different things that I enjoy, and as well as other people, email me to talk about. I definitely want to extend an open hand. If you know anything, know anybody that want to be a guest, by all means, my platform is available. You can come on, you can speak. You necessarily don't have to be on camera. You can actually call into that number that I gave earlier, and you can just speak your piece. You know, this is for us to be comfortable. This is for us to be able to have these conversations so we can relate to one another. So, without further ado, welcome to the Let You Have About It podcast. We are the only media and the only tangible podcast where you will hear it raw and direct and full in effect. First for the people, I'm Robert Higgins, aka Yap, aka Podcast, aka the Hood Voice of Reason, your host for tonight's program. You are now listening to one of the best podcasts and best Black media outlets here in America. I would like to thank each and every watcher, listener, pretender, ender, and beginner, because without you, the people, this would not be possible. You know, I've been rocking with y'all a long time, and my report has got a lot of people's attention. People that I have never would have thought watch my show, people that have asked about the show, and I just want to send a special shout out to them, and I appreciate them, and I love them too. So, without further ado, I wanted to hit on a couple of talking points. You know, I just want they were back then when it came to love, care, respect, and honor, and where we are now in our society. And where we are now in our society, we have now. Back on. I wanted to say this, and I want to say this. We have gotten to the point to where we've not become selfless, but more selfish. Um, Going into depth of what I'm about to break down, and this is something interesting in this perspective. A husband or a Pookie and Ray Ray. To the women, you're either a wife or a concubine. And like I said, we've tried to repackage and we've tried to reformat this thing, and we've tried to basically trick ourselves into something that we're not. And I asked my mother this question because where we are in our society now, we have not gained traction, but we've went back a couple of steps. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I want to go directly into this. Frances Cress Welsing, who my mother follows and read as well, explained in this in her book in the ISIS papers. We are in a state within our own culture of loneliness, moodiness, mental instability, and batshit crazy men and women. And I'm going to talk about the dangers about that later. But I want to ask the question tonight to the men and the women. When was the last time you heard a woman say this, and I quote, and I want to get directly into it. I can pay my own car note. I can pay my own house note. I can pay my own bills. I don't need no man. I want to hit home I want to hit home deep with this one. I want you to let that soak in for a few minutes. I want to ask you the question tonight to the men and to the women tonight. When was the last time you heard a man say, I'm a man, I'm an alpha male, and I have it my own way, and I don't need no woman. Let that one sink in for a moment. I want to ask the question tonight to the men and the women tonight. When was the last time you seen a woman highlighting themselves and commercials calling themselves queens, when in fact one of the most popular magazines of our time put on the front cover a Black family that consisted of just a mother and a child, no man in sight? I want to ask the question, when was the last time you seen young Black boys coming together in the name of business? Iron sharpens iron. In the earlier stages of their life, outside of basketball, outside of football, or any sport outside of school. I'm asking questions. I want to ask, what happened to the schools where your children used to attend, where there were gents, ladies of essence, all of those type of things? All of those things were irrelevant. But I want to get to the nitty and gritty of it. Social engineering construct. This has evolved from the 1970s as soon as the ink dried for the civil rights movement. I want you to understand the damage that's been done and the real secrets that'll be unveiled. I want us to understand that we've been given limited access to capital, but we got Planned Parenthood, breaking up the family, but currently our same tax dollars, when we've actually made it out of poverty, whether you in the top 1% or to the poorest of Black, your money is now housing immigrants from down south in Ukraine, giving them access to preferable tutoring while housing them, while not breaking up their families. I want to share something with y'all. You know, the easiest way on your enemies is to make them think that they won. And out of all the amenities and accoutrements that the government has given us as Black folks, and all of the elected political officials that we voted for since we've got the right to vote, what economic, social, and political growth do we have in 2023? From the powers that be in this society, we have groomed and spurned sociopaths at an astronomical rate, to where I'm telling you that this has been an ongoing process and we haven't been paying attention to it. We have basically tried to put a Band-Aid on something that has been less effective across the board till now. Now I want to ask this, where we are in our society today, and I want to bring somebody on. Why has it been this way? And what are we going to do to change it? So I'm going to bring on my boy, and we're going to rock out, and we're going to talk about this tonight.
Let's do it.
Now, I want to ask you, Keenan, because I'm going to ask you, because you're younger than me, but you up to speed.
Right.
What has happened, man? I want to ask the question, what has happened to us, man? Why have we went wayward across the board, where we're actually literally trying to outdo each other as opposed to coming together right now? When we see literally the Asian banks, we see the Jewish banks, we see everybody else across the board continuously to build, but we're not building anything right now.
Well, I think it comes down to a couple things, but ultimately I feel like it's just our community has been hit with an individualistic mindset, to where it's we're not really coming together as a community, because everybody trying to do for self and trying to outdo the other person. You know what I'm saying? It started a long time ago though. 60s, whatnot. We used to have neighborhoods. Now we just got hoods. Most people want to move out of the Black neighborhoods, but still want to lay claim to the Black neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of clout chasing that happens within our community. I see a big disconnect between the generations of our community, the older generations and the younger generations. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily see that as much in other communities. Not saying that it doesn't exist, but I feel like it's definitely more so highlighted in our communities. It's more separation between the men and the women in our communities, than other groups. I feel like, but once again, I feel like a lot of it is all systematic though. We've all been given an individualistic mindset, and that's what's rewarded. within our communities, the person that can do for self and not really worry about nobody else. You know, you just get yours and you get out the way. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of our people then adopted that mindset and took it on wholeheartedly.
I want to say this, um, and I want to hit home with this, and this is a conversation, like I said, I had with my moms, man. I really had this conversation for us to be able to build and for us to understand because she's wise. You know what I'm saying? She knows,
Hmm.
she done the numbers and whatnot, man. As long as I've been living in my 38 years, I have never ever, since I knew and came into what I came into in college, I never thought that a class would dictate overall on how I would determine my lifestyle.
Right.
Class is something that has been handed down to us, right? Because I tell
Absolutely.
anybody that's making the money and what have you, that's cool and that's fine. But
Right.
what mind frame do you have? Do you have it of theirs, which is of the European centric mind frame, or do you
Right.
have a identity of your own blackness? Because they don't coincide together. Because
Right.
that's just like saying we want to sit at the table to do what? Okay, what
Right.
are we gonna actually have and create for our own? What are
Right.
we gonna create when we taking a European centric mindset and saying that yeah, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, but what effectiveness is it taking as far as your community? Because if you look at even the guys that are Hispanic that actually at Home Depot, even though they might not be in a corporate setting or a contracting position, their
Right.
whole main focus primarily is to bring it home.
Family. Yeah. At the end of the day,
So what the
family.
fuck are we talking about, bro?
Right.
I don't make six figures or not, bro. If you're not effectively changing effectively to your own, bro, that's
Right.
European talk to me. Get the fuck away from me from that, dog.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I
Yeah.
don't want it.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like it's really about restoring a certain level of prestige back within our families. You know what I'm saying? It feel like prestige got lost along the way in our communities. But I feel like that's the answer to us restoring our class. You know what I'm saying? Our pride as a community. We get back to the prestige, and when I say prestige, I mean just certain upkeep. You know what I'm saying? Pride within how your family is handled and how they're maintained. You know what I'm saying? Your family having pride within the community. You know what I'm saying? Showing pride for the community. You know, but once again, bro, I still feel like it's all systematic. You know what I'm saying? Like our prestige was lost somewhere along the way too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we used to find important, we just don't find important anymore. Yeah, boy. So,
That African American become rich and we're still stagnated in that state. And I think we don't have the mindset to actually overthrow anything. It's just we just want to go along to get along. Nobody's not gonna actually stand up and say, look,
right,
exactly like the Dr. Amos Wilsons and the Claude Andersons to put the truth out there. But I think people don't really have that that manness, that collective, even on the woman's side, to come together and say, look, we're gonna stop warring with each other. You gonna get the money, I'm gonna. I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to divide us by a certain level of class and income. But you know what? I'm gonna take that same income that these people give me from a European standpoint, bring it back to the black, turn it black, and then establish something to where we can make it what our own, and we establish our own economic value.
absolutely. Yeah, man. I couldn't agree more with that. It sound like you was speaking directly from them pages of Powernomics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, our money should at least circulate through our own community at least 5 times before it goes somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's practicing, black wealth, and that's black excellence right there. You know what I'm saying? If we can, but this goes back to what I said, bro. Restoring the prestige within the community. You know what I'm saying? Being proud to, buy black and support black businesses. You know what I'm saying? And
See, a
I
power
feel
dynamic.
like
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, man, I feel like, man, education isn't as important as it used to be either, man. Just that knowledge of what it means to have a strong community. You know what I'm saying? Being knowledgeable of what ownership can do and what that can bring to your household and what that can do for your people as a whole. I don't feel like enough of us are, I don't want to say concerned, but just not enthusiastic about that like they used to be. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. Well, I know the reason. The reason is the individualistic mindset. Once again, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get mine mindset. Rob, I hope you get yours, but I gotta get mine. You know what I'm saying? That mindset is detrimental to your community. You know what I'm saying? No other community thinks like that. Just I gotta get mine. If you look at the Chinese and how they move as a unit. You know what I'm saying? From the government on down, they all move as a unit. One band, one sound, like the movie.
See, she said this. Tillman Cleaning Services said it's that why African Americans have the most cash flow with less assets is a lack of knowledge, right? And then she also said African Americans don't really have a culture besides music, but it's way more needed. And then she
Wait,
also
who said that?
Tillman Cleaning Services on Instagram.
Okay.
And she also said it's going to take sacrifice and service with the right people is possible for sure. But I want to say this too and piggyback off of what she just said. The Asians have a power dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I say a power dynamic is they come to African American neighborhoods and extract the
The
very
wealth.
value
Yeah.
back to their own. And here's
Right.
the thing right now, to have a European mindset in an African community means that you will never, ever be able to grow.
Right.
Point blank, period. And the reason why I'm telling you this and the reason why I'm explaining this is because I've had individuals tell me this, that they said that the numbers don't matter. And I'm gonna say this, and please excuse my French. How the fuck do the numbers don't matter when your politicians sit at the table with actuaries and they sit down with economic people that are actually crunching the numbers and doing a fucking disservice to your own community, getting ready to put you out, and they trying to evaluate how much money is gonna be spent when they move your ass up out of there. Come
Right. The
on, bro.
numbers always matter.
Bro, the numbers always matter. Don't sit there and tell me about how numbers don't matter and we shall overcome. It should actually be not we shall overcome. No, we are going to overthrow. See, the
Yeah.
get along gang, I'm not a part of that shit no more, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody that's not trying to fuck with us as a whole, and let me tell you something, the dangers of having a European-centric mindset, because when you lose all that shit, guess who you return back to?
Hmm.
Where you belong and where they identify you at, bro. Because even if
Mm.
you still in the tax bracket, even Jay-Z said, I don't give a damn if what I buy, I'm still nigga, bro. And it's never gonna
Still.
change that, dog.
Yeah. 4 for 4. Still, nigga.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
so miss me, man. Until you break free from white supremacy, shut up talking to me, bro. When we overthrow something, when we
Yeah.
actually make laws and stuff like that, when you talk about your money, please shut the fuck up talking to me, bro, because I don't want to hear none of that nonsense, bro. You living in the delusion because guess what? That bubble could be broken at any given moment because in those 9 areas of activity, we don't control now number. War, post-war, education, sex, religion, health,
All
uh,
the things that matter.
the shit that matter, we don't even control. So shut the fuck up. Bro, go
Nation.
somewhere else with that
The,
bullshit. Don't come to me with that shit, bro.
the
Because you live
nation.
with the white
The
supremacy.
nation building fundamentals. Yeah. We don't control any of it.
Yeah, man. I don't want to hear
Let me
nothing.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. We talking about numbers. You know what I'm saying? We talking about numbers and we talking about, you know, things we need to become who we need to be. I gotta ask this question, and when Tim get on, I'm gonna elaborate with him too. But what's your take on reparations? It's a lot of talk been coming up about reparations and what's old first of all, and a couple states that been talking about California, for instance, that been talking about how they would approach it and how it would look. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are against it. I don't see how anybody black could be against it, but they out there too. But I want to ask you, in your opinion, what does reparations mean to us as a community? What would it mean?
It would mean it would be an economic shift in power. I can tell you that because the Indians actually get I think 100 and something thousand per month, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken. Each family is do that. And another thing, the reason, but here's the thing though, with the reparations should be a certain level of education. Right there is the important part of knowing how to spend. Like if anything, if we're gonna do something, we should do it like this. Yeah, we're do the reparations, but we also have the Doc Claude Anderson's leading in the structure. See, he would set the blueprint and set the tone to where we could actually build structures and to then go on to the social aspect of it and then grow in the political because all of those things, those are a trifecta. That's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They all exist and they coexist for a reason. Because everybody
Absolutely.
thinks that way.
Right. Yeah, I don't think the conversation of reparations can even be had without mentioning Dr. Claude Anderson. He done been on the forefront since like the '60s on that conversation. Man, but I feel like when that conversation pop up, I feel like why not? You know what I'm saying? They talk about how much it's gonna be and how much it would cost. I know why it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened because it will arguably uproot the structure of the country if they was to pay it out because of how much they owe. They owe, it's well over the trillions. You know what I'm saying? So
We've been giving trillions to Ukraine.
yeah, we've been giving trillions to Ukraine, but see, once again, Europe. You know what I'm saying? Europe. They gonna support Europe all day. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to us, they know what we can do with it. We, us black people in America alone, we generate over $1 trillion spending power every year just on us alone, not even including, you know what I'm saying, Jamaica, Haiti, you know what I'm saying, people like that. So I feel like when it come to reparations, what they really should do is they should dish it out in cash payments. You know what I'm saying? And after they do that, I feel like they should dish it out in taxes. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Mhm.
like we should get tax cuts and free education or whatever the case may be for at least shit 4 generations. I feel like that's a good start.
But
But
it should be education, not theirs. There where we
right,
don't be. See, Fred Hampton talked about
yeah, I'm
that.
glad you. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Young lady said, "Yeah, it should be our education and not theirs because if it is their education, then it's damn near rinse, wash, and repeat. The same cycle. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fall back into the same shit. But ultimately, though, I do think we getting closer to that destination of reparations. More and more talks getting had, more people, getting uncomfortable with the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So,
I want to ask you something. Judging by where you are and where you know what I'm saying, you've been around. What are the
right.
spending habits of the younger generation? Walk me into your world. Let me know what they spending like. What is the end thing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the average outfit costing right now?
Oh man, you already know what the end thing is, man. I mean, Gucci, Balenciaga, Louis V, Christian Louboutin. You know what I'm saying? Nike, that ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. It was a big switch. You know exactly what switch I'm talking about too. We went from my generation in particular, your generation too though. Your generation started it. It went from drip to designer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It used to just be you find something live, you put it on and make it live.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's no, it has to be Gucci for it to be live. It has to be Louis V. It has to have a European Italian name attached to it. For it to be high class and high quality. You know what I'm saying? It has to be it has to be designer in particular. I mean, but that's why Bernard I know is now, $200 billion richer. You know what I'm saying? Off of one generation of people. $200 billion generated. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So let me ask you something. So you said the transition. Now,
Mhm.
be that as it may, everybody has been trendy from generation to generation. But what I noticed that the top 1% items are being bought right now for not even the older generation, but even the younger generation. We're talking about kids in middle school and high school. So, what do you think that was that made that transition to that? Do you think it was rap, or do you think that that was the influence of just being able to see those things? And you know, I mean, where did that come from?
I think it's both. I think it's definitely the music has a huge influence on it. You know what I'm saying? Kids look up to certain figures in the
Mm-hmm.
music industry. You know what I'm saying? And us as black people, we make shit hot. You know, Rob, just you having an H Town hat on, me too having an H Town hat. We make this shit look good. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody rock this shit like as our power and our influence, which we do, but we gotta use it more for the benefit of us, not for the benefit of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, everyday dude. When if it's a 14-year-old looking up to me or you, they paying attention to what we got
Are we
on.
live?
We dripping Timbo.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
We
they
are
paying attention to what
already.
we got on, what we
Let's get it.
dripping in. You know what I'm saying? So we a big influence on the youth
I've been promoting.
as
I done
well as
shot it to a few
these
people DM, so we're
figures
gonna
in the
see what
music
it do,
industry
man.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I think where we are, man.
Bet.
I think you hit the
Where
nail.
Keenan?
I'm right here.
He in the building.
Oh, he must not be on no
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. I can't see him on the camera.
All right, let's see if I can get him now. But now I want to say this right, and we're gonna touch on the
I
other
look,
stuff.
y'all can't see me?
I can see you.
Okay.
You hungry, little? Huh?
So yeah.
I got you.
So my thing is this, right? So now that we know this, where do we go from here?
I'm gonna tell you what we go.
Hold on. What's the conclusion y'all
Now we
came
gotta
up
go.
with?
Well, Tim, let me let you on what we've been talking about. Well,
That's
Rob
Keenan talking.
Rob asked the question. Yeah,
Keenan, you on Wi-Fi?
yeah. Wow, what's up?
This week is him. Last week it was you, Rob. Now I can you can hear him clear though, Rob.
I can hear him clear. He loud and clear.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Rob, you tell him. I don't think he can hear me too good.
Okay. Oh, now what we talked about was touching on the basis of how
Been on like 20
the,
minutes, right?
do you hear me, Tim?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What we talked about was basically how the top 1%, we're saying we don't have an identity when it comes outside of us being able to be in a class. Everything and how we function and our behavior is of European centrist,
Right.
European interest. It's never of black. Like when it comes to the togetherness, it's always separated by class, by economic, when we should be actually collectivizing together. Whether the men get it, whether the women get it, we still come together.
But man, that's kind of hard. And it's only
Individualistic
hard because
mindset.
it's systematic. Like
Yep.
this is what it
That's what I
is. You know what
said.
I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
man.
It's hard to
Yeah.
reverse it.
We should collectivize and be like that, but the reality is,
Indivi-
man, like
Individuals, man.
we the minority inside of a minority, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
We the minorities inside of a minority.
Mhm.
Cause see, even with BET and shit like that, like they got stuff that distracts us. Like black people care about bullshit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like white people got their little shows and stuff, but man, they not consumed in the stuff that we consumed in, like the shade room and all that stuff. Like all that stuff is foolishness, man. But guess
Hmm.
what? That's the wave. And if
Yeah,
you ain't
drama,
following
drama
what's
bring
going on with the
dollars.
celebrities, if you don't know what's going on with this and this, guess what? You lame. People don't want to hear what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Look how long we done had the Tavis Smileys of the world. Who know Tavis Smiley? Me, you. Keenan. We know who Tavis Smiley is. You know what I'm saying? They gave him his little segments on Channel 8. We've had prominent people, even Michael Eric Dyson, right? Like, we know who these people are.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
I just got
But
a book. I just got a book. I
as
just got a
far as the
book from
masses,
Michael Eric Dyson, man.
man, they don't really care. Like, people just want to have fun, do drugs. They want to twerk on top of cars. Even the pregnant girls, like you see, Krishan, Blueface baby mama, like the things they doing. You know what I'm saying? Still smoking weed. You know you pregnant. You know what I'm saying? You twerking. You doing this, all this shit. Like it's like a whole man. Like it's really undescribable, man. Like you just know that parents and grandparents is not involved. That's all I can. Like that's pretty much the way I can sum it up. And then the ones that they do have are not real parents. They trying to be friends. They trying to be your home girl. They telling you to turn up to. You know what I'm saying? Like they show Martha Stewart, right? In the
Mm,
swimsuit. You just saw that recently.
to see
All
it.
right. So they got a black lady who followed in her footsteps and did the same, right? So Sherry Shepherd, she got a show now. They took Wendy Williams off. So Sherry Shepherd and Jennifer Hudson, these are the people that replaced her. So, and I know this because we work in the barbershop. We just keep it on one channel. Like we don't really be watching it in the shop. And so she was like, "Yeah, it's a new generation of grandmas. We not watching kids. We not doing this and this and all that. We shopping at the same Fashion Nova that the young girls shop at. Like that's what we on. So what they tell you then? So who's guiding? Who's leading? Who's showing? Like nah, baby, it's like this. Like man, 80% of these girls now can't even cook rice. You feel me?
Yo, can't boil
And I'm saying that's
egg.
the bare minimum. I'm saying rice. You feel me?
Mm.
So what's going on? Like Thanksgiving is no more traditions. You know what I'm saying? People ain't linking up like they was. There's no family values. It's no nothing, man. Like it just, man, it's a free for all at this point, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or let's just take it. Let's take it even this, which is even worse. When you have two people, man and woman, who are supposed to be coming together and they can't get it together because they still feel like either one is better than each other. That's a fucked up thing because you had to work and scrap to get to you. Everybody don't have those same opportunities, but you can teach somebody to fish, and then guess what? They'll orchestrate that. Because here's my thing, right? And this is what pisses me off when I sit there and I go on cross timbers and I can see the men pass down the tire shop to the females that are actually changing the tires, and they feel like they're not too good and they making fucking money and they bringing it back to the house. So I'm like, what the fuck is what is the difference? Handle business, bro, because the focus is actually building, right? No matter what you do. If you building making a gumbo, you got a roux, you got chicken, you got sausage, you got okra. As long as you bring in something to make it completely a gumbo, that's what matters, bro. And it's
Man, and that's what I'm saying. It's no recipes no more. It's no man. Look, you it used
that's
to be a
like
time they
Rob.
had
That's
family
what I told
heirlooms.
you though.
It might be a legacy and
Individualistic
to say, hey, this is your great
mindset.
grandfather's. He gave it to your grandfather. Your grandfather gave it to your daddy. Hey, now it's yours. Or hey,
Prestige.
lineage. It just
Prestige.
something that you can take value in. You know what I'm saying? So like the Mexican families like that, they still have it. You know what I'm saying? Where they'll be like, okay, your wedding, hey, we gonna pass down this ring. This was your grandma's, and this was your great grandma's. This is this, right? But check this out: the black family, the black family, the black family, and I love black people.
It ain't.
It's not an
It
attack on
ain't
black
good
people,
enough.
but guess what?
It ain't good
We are
enough.
the only society that has the blend families. Now, mind you, the Brady Bunch was a TV show, but I'm saying in real, and that was just really just to do whatever they did. But in real life, ain't no dude with 3 kids, a white boy with 3 kids, linking up with a white woman that got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? We
facts.
we know who that's for. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's so many different daddies and mamas in the mix. So check it. So when you go to pick up your kid and you only got one with your baby mama, she got 3 other baby daddies on Christmas. Now you might be the responsible dad to get your kids. The other dads, they ain't getting them now. They resenting your kid. It's too much bullshit that go on within the house. it's not even like that's why we can't get a
Trauma.
system going because it's no one accord because
Trauma.
everything is just everywhere. Like you might be the one baby daddy that got family structure, so your child is growing up with it. What about them other kids? And because they don't have it, who they gonna take it out on? Your child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about like tie shops and shit like that, yeah, these Mexican dudes, they can pass down shit to their daughters and their sons. Because guess what? It might be 9 siblings, but guess what all 9 siblings got in common? Same mama, same daddy, man.
Facts.
They ain't running around talking about baby daddies and all this old shit. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese community ain't going for it. It's just unheard of. Now you got your exceptions. You got your Donald Trumps of the world. You know, people like that, but even with that, they don't really highlight that. And his community looks down upon it. Like that ain't nothing they celebrate. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. If I knew the solution, I'd offer it
Skills
up.
and you
But at
cannot
this point,
stop.
that's the main thing. And you seen Kyrie Irving message to Ja Morant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Did you
what
hear
he
what he
say?
said? And what he said was, is that hey, at some point we got to put the phones down. We got to put social media down, and we got to start putting value in having family time and praying to God, right? And in the comment section, people attack Kyrie for saying that was positive, but that show you how far from grace we fallen. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a time where it was understood. Dinner time, everybody sitting at the dinner table. Or you got Sunday dinner, grandma, everybody finna throw down. We get there, hey, we know what time it is. The whole family gonna say grace. It's to a point now, once the food cooked, nobody even wait for grace no more. Everybody just start eating and doing whatever they gonna do and packing plates and all that. Man, you gotta you gotta get this drill within your household. You know what I'm saying? Family dinner, sitting down, going around the table, seeing what each kid got going on in their life individually. Cause it's cool to just say collectively what the kids got going on. These kids are individuals. They're going through
Mm-hmm.
individual problems, individual peer pressure, individual life in general. So it's important to even have your one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Like I got shit 4 kids. You see what I'm saying? I got my 3 biological, I got my stepchild. At the end of the day, I got individual relationships with each. That's what it takes. You know what I'm saying? My oldest, we get on
Mm-hmm.
FaceTime, we talk about what we talk about. The next one, the next oldest one, she live with us, so she here every day. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have our one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have the one-on-ones with Lil Tim because he a little different from the other kids. Or she's the baby, so she naturally requires more attention. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta have
Mm-hmm.
individual relationship with your children, not just
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh, I'm gonna take all y'all to Chuck E. Cheese." That's cool to do sometimes, but then guess what? My youngest kids, they love Chuck E. Cheese. My oldest child, she's a teenager. You know what I'm saying?
She
Shit,
don't
the
care
next
for
one, she
it.
a preteen. They might not want to go to Chuck E. Cheese. They might be more into going to the movies or going to It's or, going to Top Golf. So you got to know how to differentiate that and not just group them all together. You got to deal with these kids collectively and you also got to deal with them individually because they are individuals. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things one-on-one you have to instill in them. One child might not have this. The other child might have that. And you got to know how to be able to instill everything you need to instill within each individual, man. And that's all
Yeah.
I got to say about that, man.
Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
now I'm gonna tell you this though, to piggyback off of that, right? Now,
Yeah.
even in that separation of certain individuals, right? The mind frame should be okay, long as it's this is an Italian saying, never go against the family, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
even if the structure on the outside and let's say you do have a blended family, the common goal is love and understanding, right? The commitment to love and understanding and bringing the family together. But then you have
Mm-hmm.
individuals that fight that dynamic of actually trying to bring it together. And I think right there in that mind frame to where even if you say you got a baby mama on the outside or whatever, and you trying to get your child under a structure and discipline, then here comes another power dynamic. Maybe girlfriend getting upset because they feel like you're drawing too much attention that's an association with your baby moms, and you're not even trying to do that. That's where we got to like ditch this mind frame of look.
Right. When you're solely just trying to keep everything kosher
Yeah.
for the greater good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
but two, man, you
But
gotta really,
everybody don't have that kind of understanding, and everybody can't have them type of relationships. See, the problem with a lot of men and women, or baby mama, baby daddies, somebody not over somebody. So it's
mm,
impossible for y'all to co-parent because even though you might be mature enough to say, "Oh yeah, man, I'm past that," you don't know if she is. So that's why you have to create boundaries. You have to create lines to say, "Hey, man, look, we could talk about X, Y, Z, but we not going to talk about A, B, C." You feel me? Like you have the whoever the more level-headed one is, gotta guide the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So this is what I tell fellas all the time, even the young cats that come to the shop. I say, man, look, it's a million girls out here you can play with. Don't play with your baby mamas because at the end of the day, they the ones that can make it hard for you. They the ones keep your kids from you. Go play with the child support, go do all that different stuff, right? Hey man, look, it just pay to just keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be friends, you ain't gotta all that, but be cordial as far as for the greater good of the kids. You feel me?
keep the
You catch,
peace.
man. Look, I got taught this saying when I was young, and it's actually in the Bible. You catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. You know what I'm saying? Vinegar is sour. It don't attract nothing. You feel me? But you trying to attract, whatever you trying to attract, you want good things, you want a good result, then sometimes you gotta be sweet. You gotta play that role. You gotta do whatever you do
Gotta
to
be
to
sweet.
to
Yeah.
keep on going up the road. You feel me? And if
Yeah.
you can fake the funk at work, if you can fake the funk in society, when you closing business deals, you can come in here clean shave, shake these people's hands that you normally wouldn't have no dealings with in real life. You know what I'm saying? You can put on your best clothes, your best cologne for people. You probably wouldn't even care if you ever seen again in life. You know what I'm saying? If you can do
Mhm.
all that, why can't you? You know what I'm saying? Or us. And
Why
it's
can't
bigger
you
than
do it
just
for the greater
parenting.
good?
I'm saying us black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of family, they don't want to come together. Oh, I don't like her. She be this, and this, and that. Man, at the end of the day, man, look, it's blood running through y'all veins, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if y'all not coming together, how you know, Rob? Let's say me and you brothers. We real life brothers, right? In real
Mhm.
life. Me and you got a dispute. But Rob, you got 5, 6 kids out here. I got, 5, 6 kids out here. You know what I'm saying? Our kids could potentially be at the same school or be at the movies one day. My son could potentially holler at your daughter, and me and you blood. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what go on in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like man, them essays they get together in groves. You know what I'm saying? Them Chinese people they know who they are. They can point at the family tree and show you who came from who's the grandpa here, who started this and this. They can tell you what year Grandpa started this business. He passed it down to this person. Man, it's a chapter in Genesis, or no Deuteronomy, matter of fact, where it break down the whole lineage, even of Jesus before he even got here. It break down who his great greats was. You know what I'm saying? Long before he was even thought of. Like we don't hold heritage. Family back, and what we always say is, oh man, they stripped us of our heritage when they brought us from Africa. Okay, but what we was able to scruffle up or try to make something out of nothing, what we've put together, we still can't hold together. You know what I'm saying? Like Juneteenth, all that, it's some of us that celebrate it because we know what it really is, but a lot of people just look at it as a day off. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to
Thanks.
a
Man, look,
lot of these
man, look.
holidays, Martin Luther King, right? You think Martin Luther King put his life on the line for y'all to be riding slab, going down MLK, girls twerking on top of cars, everybody drinking and smoking, partying, eating Timmy Chans, barbecuing like you think that was the mission for y'all to be able to do that?
It wasn't.
Like, come on, man. You know what
Man,
I'm
look.
saying? Like,
Look,
but
look,
guess
look, look,
what?
look, look, look.
That's where we at. That's what we
Look,
do. MLK Day, nobody is talking. Man, look, everybody skipped the parade. It's people
Yeah,
down there
don't
for the
nobody
parade,
go
but
to that
guess what
parade
we
no
talking
more.
about? Man, you hitting the boulevard? Yeah, man, we gonna pull up. We finna smoke. Man, I'm finna wash the car right now. We finna pull the slabs out.
Walk your pit
Whatever.
bull up and
Like, what
down
does this?
MLK.
How does this commemorate what he, what he's done?
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, it's foolishness, man. We indulge in too much foolishness, man. That's why they don't mind giving us days and stuff because they sit back and they laugh. They laugh at that. Like, we don't, we ain't got no real, man,
Tangible.
no, man. Like, man, they know what it
We
is with
had
us.
it, but Rob, we had it.
And then guess what? When the BET Awards, when they finally got to a point where it was kind of celebrating us real heavy, like you had Michael Jackson out there with James Brown. That was historical. That's classic. You had
That
Beyonce
was.
out there with Tina Turner, right? Rest her soul. She just passed today. You had moments you can remember. Guess what they did? They tapped Jay-Z on the shoulder. They said, "Hey, look, we know you getting a nomination, know you winning, but look, stop showing up at they shows. Come on over here to these Grammys." So they made the BET Awards less and less prestigious every year. Now, Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't there. To the point now, when the last time they had the BET Awards? They
It
don't have
used
them
to
no
be
more, right?
big. It used to be big, man.
That's over. You know why? Because they did it from the inside out. We're gonna take your top celebrities. Hey, y'all not showing up to that no more. That's over with. You know, but then we're gonna bring you over here to the Grammys, but then we're gonna give you 1,000 nominees, but we ain't gonna let you win. You feel me?
And see, that's where I say we adapt and we accept as opposed to being resistant, bro. Like when I was telling you earlier, just the simple things of being able to communicate with somebody right across the board. Remember, I said I was going to talk about this, right? And it just shows to show you just on the level between men and women, bro. And I'm not making this a gender war, but I'm just giving just basic, simple things.
Hold on. Hey, Rob,
Yo,
go ahead and say your piece. But look, my cousin calling me. You know, my aunt passed today. I'm gonna take this
yeah,
call. I'm gonna check with the family, and I'm gonna hit y'all right back.
that's a bit. That's a
All
bit.
right.
All
Yeah,
right.
tap in, man. That's Tim
For
on the
sure.
All
check.
right.
And I want to say this, and this is where I say there's so much resistance to where we don't even understand that we're not even receptive of understanding something to make us better, right? I got
Mm-hmm.
somebody that I know that's in the feds, right? Had a conversation with him. I say, look, when you get down there, mind your own fucking business. Don't get involved with nobody. Don't be talking to nobody.
Yeah,
Your
mind your
own,
business.
do your time and get up out of there. Stop getting, don't, you know what I'm saying, get involved in anybody's buffoonish antics and nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I said, hey man, I said when I said don't talk to nobody, they looking for an opening. They looking for any crack or crevice that they could get in so that they can build leverage over you. So why when they stuff get transferred, now I'm gonna show you something. They attitude, I already told them about their attitude. I already told them about their mind frame. I already told them about exactly how they could get their ass handed to them, right? They end up getting handled, you know what I mean? Getting handled, getting handled, getting put in the hole, and then they got out, got them transferred in Alabama. Now check this out. Get out of the hole, attitude. Remember, I told you, I'm telling you about yourself so you can change. This ain't to hurt you, this is to help you, right? Go to Alabama, stuff transferred. Look out. Stuff go down there. They I'm gonna show somebody and this and that. Hey man, stay out of people's way because they looking for whatever that you have that they don't have. Obviously,
Absolutely.
if they got connections like you and got hookups like you on the outside, they gonna be trying to funnel it their way, right? So guess what
Absolutely.
happened,
That's how it go. That's how the game go.
bro? Got into a situation. Simply got into a situation where they was given some stuff and they took it. So what they did was they found out that they got some items that are way more value in Alabama, got items that are way more valuable that's in Alabama than it is in Texas. So guess what they wanted? The most valuable items that not valuable in Texas and Alabama. And so they got
Mm-hmm.
into it. You see what I'm saying? And this same individual, I had this talk a second time. Mind your own fucking business. Stay out of people's shit. You don't know what kind of motion. You're not in Texas no more. You in Alabama. You already got your ass handed to you already. And I'm
Right.
telling this person because I
Play
care.
low key. Yeah.
All right. Here we go again. Person got into it. This is another incident. A person got into it with the CO. You trying to help the CO. You get your ass whooped. Now you in another situation. At this point, I'm not, listen, As of today,
Yeah, they get more time at it.
bro, I'm not saying anything else. This goes for anybody. If I'm trying to help put things into you and trying to make you a better individual and you
Yeah,
continuously want to be resistant to it, man, I have nothing else to do with you. I'm done. I'm completely done. I have no more energy for trying to put in the people that they don't want to see in themselves. It's about growth, bro. We 40 years old. If anybody knows me, they know my character. They know how I get down. They know my style. They know how I am, right? If I care about you and I'm pulling you to the side to tell you something, it's because I care about you. It's some things that we may slip up on or you may slip up on that I want you to tighten up, tighten your screws. You know what I'm saying? And it's not from coming from a place of disrespect or a place of trying to control you or nothing. It's just that I see the things in you because I want you to pull those things out of you and become fucking great. But if you don't want to be great, then be by yourself, bro. I
bro,
can't fix you like that on that type of tip, bro. And that's the mentality that we have right now when we sitting here giving you the game and giving you the information, but you want to look at me as the enemy. I'm not your enemy, bro. And before I ever be your enemy, I'll get out your way, out of sight, out of mind, and you ain't ever got to worry about me again, bro. Simple.
for sure. But
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: what makes you? What you think makes someone hear the message that you're trying to give them, but at the same time repeatedly do the opposite when you know they know better?
Because it's a flaw in their character.
Mm.
It's a simple flaw in their character. And guess what? We all got flaws in our character, man. All got flaws. Now, I'm gonna show you
Yeah,
how this
we
works.
cannot stop.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
Nice.
This is how I know. This is how I know I'm rock solid, bro. Because I'm able to be open and receptive. I mess up. I'm able to say, bro, get me back on track. And guess what? That don't matter if it comes from an elder person. That could come from you, Keenan. Bro, I'm gonna be
Mhm.
receptive, bro. Rob, you did this, da 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 da. Oh man, my
Yeah,
bad. You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying, I'm gonna get me back on track because
And
I'm
vice versa. Yeah, vice versa.
I'm human. I'm not perfect, bro. So
Right.
with that being said, iron sharpens iron. If I love you and
Absolutely.
care about you, why the hell would I not try to put you back on track if you falling off, bro? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's no different, right? And this is when I say that power dynamic and that power struggle between men and women. Just like when you see a crackhead, right? When you see a crackhead, he gonna tell you everything. He gonna avert. He gonna deny. He gonna put everything on everybody else except himself. You know what I'm saying? One of the most funniest
Mhm.
memes I ever seen, bro, was when he said that meme where it says, "You need to leave that dope alone." He need to leave that dope alone. And then you hear everybody else trying to negotiate and trying to, he say, he need to leave that dope alone. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be, bro. And fuck all that other extra shit, bro. It's supposed to be a direct contact sport to your character if you fucking up, bro. And if
Right.
anybody, man or woman or man, who cannot accept that they are flawed, bro, stay the fuck
Yeah.
away from them, bro. Because those are dangerous people. Those
Yeah.
people carry sociopathic tendencies, bro. And hold on, and I'm gonna let you speak. The CIA hires people that are not sociopaths, but have sociopathic tendencies. So whatever mission that they carry out and they accept upon themselves, they already automatically think that they right, even though it may be wrong. That's why they'll never hire individuals like us because if we infiltrated it, bro, we would
Mhm.
definitely be trying to change some shit, bro. Point blank,
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Yeah. We would be. Yeah, absolutely. We would be the spook. We would be the spook who sat by the door. If y'all ain't ever read that book, man, that's a great read. The spook who sat by the door. But anyways, man, I want to bring it full circle back to just elaborate a little bit on what Tim was talking about, man. Talking about Tim mentioned a lot of valid points going on within our communities, man. A lot of valid information between, he tapped on baby mamas and broken families. He tapped on a lot. He unpacked a lot. You know what I'm saying? What he was talking about. And man, I just want to elaborate on what it comes from. You know what I'm saying? When I look at it, I can't help but talk about prestige. He talking about how nothing gets passed down in black families anymore. You know what I'm saying? Rob, you got a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure when they become of age, you have things that you would like to keep in rotation through your bloodline, and you want your kid to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Keep these things in the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? That's prestige. You know what I'm saying? That's a certain prestige and regalness that you carry. You know what I'm saying? The faster we get back to that, man, the better off we'll be. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of that comes from trauma too. You know, I couldn't help but think when Tim was saying all that, we used to have a whole bunch of prestige. You know, when you think about the early part of the 20th century. You know what I'm saying?
I think you said
all the
that.
all the all the Black Wall Streets. You know what I'm saying? Tulsa. You had places in Atlanta, places right here in Texas. You know, you had Rosewood in Florida. You had South Carolina. You know, to be specific, I got a couple of them here. Wilmington, North Carolina. You know, um, Atlanta. I already said that. Elaine, Arkansas. You know, Rosewood, Florida. I just said that. Um, whole bunch of other places as well, man. But these places was massacred, you know. But that didn't stop people. People built that back up throughout the 30s, 40s, 50s, and then the 60s came. So we've had prestige all the way up to this point. We've had tradition all the way up to this point. We've had class. You know it's the truth, bro. We've had class and education taken seriously all the way up until this point. I'm talking about a good 60 years worth, 70 years worth of prestige, class, education, and wealth building all the way up until this point. You know what I'm saying? This point comes upon comes a change happens in the 60s.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The civil rights movement. Uh, things are becoming more radical. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Tim tapped on Martin Luther King Jr. He's becoming a prolific figure within our community. Malcolm X is rising. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They gone. 70s hit. And here comes the pimp era. You know what I'm saying? 70s was the prime pimp era.
Mhm.
The big lags, you know what I'm saying? The flashy cars, the clothes, the black exploitation films, And a lot of us, we love black exploitation films. I like them myself, but we got to look at them for what they was too, though. A lot of those black exploitation films wasn't necessarily putting us in a positive light. And then you start to see the decline of the prestige within our communities. You know what I'm saying? From the 70s, then you hit the 80s, then you get the war on drugs. Late 80s, you know what I'm saying? Hip
Mhm.
hop drop. 90s, rap, gangster rap. The prestige level is getting lower and lower and lower. The class level is getting lower and lower and lower. The educational expectations are getting lower and lower and lower. And then here we come present day to bring it full circle. Now we dealing with a whole nother monster on top of that. Social media. You know what I'm saying?
Whole culture.
Yeah. Whole culture. Social media. You know what I'm saying? Gangsterism. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is like a big pot of gumbo getting stirred up. So when it comes down like to my generation, a few of us like dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't too many people in my generation really take that prestige serious of what I'm saying keeping the family together and the importance of passing down tradition and the importance of having class. You know what I'm saying? The importance of what I'm saying being well studied, reading. You know what I'm saying? The importance of just being well versed and entrenched within the culture. So man, in the following years, shit, I want to say I want to look at it with an enthusiastic mindset, man, but I really can't say. You know what I'm
Let,
saying? What's coming about 25 years from now? I can't say what it's gonna look like.
let me tie that in of how powerful that influence is. Let's fast forward to Ja Morant, right? Now
Right.
everybody's watching him in the social media, and look at even the character is being designed by what he's saying and actually scripting in a entertainment fashion of a quote unquote health concern. And all he was doing was simply was logging off. Now they try to compare that to something type of cryptic tweet. Look at the insert of the words of
Yeah.
cryptic, something being way different than what he's saying. It's something deeper and just them being able to control that narrative of what African Americans don't, and people like Draymond Green do, who actually jump on after a game, bro. We gotta have more of that.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta control that narrative, and if we can actually start doing that, bro, we wouldn't have these situations. And look at the divide culturally between African Americans, like the Shaquille O'Neals, and all of these individuals who jumped on Kyrie Irving, jumped on John Morant, but they ain't never put their arms around him. And if I'm John
Mm-hmm.
Morant, I wouldn't want them goofball ass niggas around me anyway, because that let me
Mm-hmm.
know exactly how you feel and how you work in the best interest of them and not him, bro. And I ain't fooling with that.
Yeah, a lot of them dudes, man. But with all that being said, man, I gotta send a lot of respect to Kenny Smith though, because when a lot of that stuff was going on with Kyrie Irving, yeah, when a lot of that was going on with Kyrie Irving, Kenny Smith was one of the few on TNT that stayed solid and chose to rock with his people. You know, and I did hear that Kenny Smith did give Kyrie Irving a call, before he wanted to make any kind of public antics about him without having that one on one with him. But as for Shaq and Charles Barkley, you know, they done did a whole bunch of stuff that hasn't been agreeable within the culture. You know what I'm saying? Time and time again. But you know,
See when those situations present themselves, that energy, Kenny Smith in the back of his mind knows where he's standing with them individuals, and it ain't gonna
exactly.
fit, bro. And
And
that's
nah, it don't.
and that's why I say don't wait to be friends with these people 20 years to 30 years to know where you stand. Because if
Yeah.
the revolution was to kick off, you know exactly where these individuals are going. And if
Yeah.
they're towards you, then it's
Stephen
definitely
A. Stephen A. Smith, another one.
yeah, bro. Bro, I'm
You know
not
what I'm saying?
co-signing none of
And check this out. And check this out. And check this out. And check this out. I feel like a lot of these dudes we mentioning in private, they probably totally different. They probably real. You know what I'm saying? And really give you that one on one. Brother to brother. But it don't count because when the cameras come on, you switching up on me. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't that same dude you was last night on the phone. Now the cameras come on. Now you attacking me. You know what I'm saying? That's fake. But we know why they doing it too. You know what I'm saying? It's not honorable, but we know why they doing it.
and see, and that's why, like I say, with this platform, I put the message out straightforward, live, uncut, raw, just raw because we've sugarcoated so much stuff and diluted the message down to where it don't hit a person in their chest. It don't hit a person in their mind frame. Just like when Pac said, I'm here to spark the brain, bro. I'm trying to get y'all moving in the forward direction, bro.
Yeah, I might not be the one that changed the world, but I bet I will spark the brain of the one who do. But this really comes to the importance of us having our own media too. Our own black owned media outlet where these guys that don't feel pressure to speak a certain narrative. You know what I'm saying? And feel pressure to bash one of their own brothers. They don't feel that pressure. This network black owned, so you could speak how you want to speak. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about losing your job tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about uh having your dollars played with. You ain't gotta worry about losing endorsements. You feel me? Like that's very important, and that's what we lacking. Like Tim talked about the prestige of the BET Awards. and how it really meant something, you know, to get a BET award at one point in time. Like I remember that. I know you remember that too. Like the BET awards used to be a big deal. You
Thanks.
know, Michael Jackson was on. You know, BB King. You know, James Brown. You know, Janet Jackson. It was a whole bunch of iconic moments on the beat. Now you don't even hear about the BET awards no more. Now it's the Grammys. Now it's the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? So we got to
That's
get
it.
our prestige. We got to get our prestige back. But my next question to you is, how do we go about that? Like, what's next? How do we come back to a place where we can have prestige and where we can have, you know what I'm saying, this black excellence everybody like to talk about?
Well, you
Do
got to
you see,
first.
do you see us getting back to that?
I easily see us being put in the situation of, well, we're gonna have to develop. We're gonna basically ask you if you have a set of balls, and that starts with the men.
Yeah.
That's point
Yeah.
blank period. You got to have a set of balls. You got to have a set of brass balls to live in the world that we are now, because we know that the average right now is struggling, right? We know
Right.
that being the average individual, the average black man right here in
It
America,
ain't cutting it no more. It ain't cutting it no more.
yeah, it's not cutting it, bro. So at the end of the day, you got to have brass balls, because if you look at the suicide rate with our kids not even being
Yeah.
educated on what to be a man is, we're in trouble, bro. That's why
Yeah.
these dudes do the things that they do. That's why they women handle them the way that they handle them. That's why they children handle them the way that they handle them. That's why they not respected in by even the outside of the home.
Right.
That's that you got to have brass balls to function in this world. You damn near have to be damn near ruthless. And and here's what I say this, and I want African Americans to hear me, and they might scrunch up my video or whatever. You have to take your power. Don't ever let no individual of your culture and outside
Right.
your culture determine exactly what your worth is. I don't give a
Right.
fuck who it is. It could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be your children. You define yourself in your manhood by what you produce, what you protect, what you preserve, and what you provide. At the end of the
Right.
day, if they not collectively on what you own, then you have to disassociate yourself. You have to draw the line in the sand. The Jews do it, the Hindus do it, the Pakistanis do it, the Asians do it, everybody else across the board. We're the only group that still, after we see the failures in our culture and the individuals that have become traitors, we still
Mm.
want to welcome them with open arms. Nah, bro, you got to stay on the outside. I've been like this with my friendships. Once you on the outside, you got to stay, man. Once you burnt your
Yeah.
bridge, I'm not sending a boat back for you. Fuck you. It's over with you, bro. That's it.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's like us as a community, we got a real short memory when it comes to stuff like that. When it comes to holding certain people within the community accountable for what they say and the things they do. You know, it's a lot of people that did shady things within our community in the public eye, and we still welcome them with open arms. You know what I'm saying? And we forget and we forgive. But I do feel like moving forward, if we are to become, you know, that prestige that we once had, it does take a certain level of accountability that really hasn't been expressed since Malcolm X in the '60s. You know what I'm saying? He was really one of the last prolific black men in the public eye that was really holding other members of the community accountable. You know what I'm saying? He spoke out on a whole lot of stuff that was going on. He even was trying to hold Martin Luther King Jr. accountable for certain things that he disagreed with. They later came together, you know what I'm saying, and mended. But for a minute, you know, he was holding him accountable too on certain things he disagreed with. And so was Martin Luther King holding him accountable on certain things. You know what I'm saying? They later came together, but that's what it was. And like you say, it requires a certain level of, you know what I'm saying, brass balls, you know what I'm saying, and coming together and realizing, you know what I'm saying, hey, are you really who you say you are? You know what I'm saying? Is this just a facade? Or are you really, you know what I'm saying, trying to do something here? You know what I'm saying? What's the alternative? What's the movement?
And I think culturally, like I say, there's a certain level of confidence that our African American men and women lack within each other to function as a unit. You know what I'm saying? There's that backdoor mindset of, well, in case this don't work, nah, because
It gotta work.
if you look at the foundation, and this is how it trickles down, right? You got
Right.
two parents on one side, you got two parents on the other side. Okay. The woman comes to his family and says, look, I'm gonna make his house a home. Same thing, vice versa. Hey, I'm gonna make sure I protect, preserve, and provide. And they
Right.
actually come together, they coexist, and they build off of that, right? Say for
Right.
instance, you had problems, the man and the woman and the man. They go to both sides. They collectively sit down together. It may take an hour, may take 2 hours, may take 3 hours, but we're gonna figure it out because you know what's gonna happen is y'all are gonna figure it out. You're coming to the experienced marriage family, 25 years on this side, 20 years. We got 45 years of experience. What you guys are gonna do, man and woman, y'all gonna sit down and figure it out together. You know why? Because you're coming back to our house. Y'all are
Right.
gonna figure it out, and they were more prone to figure it out and move collectively. As in this culture, we have individuals who don't have families telling themselves that they deserve better, and they have never even had the foundation of family in their life.
To know what better look like.
You don't know.
Right.
So we got to start humbling ourselves and start coming back down to earth instead of living on planet Pluto, which we haven't been, because like I say, we have a ceiling as African Americans. So if we're gonna
You
collectively
know,
break that ceiling, we got to do it together.
yeah, yeah. Speaking on the family aspect, I think it's like a lot of people have that idealistic image of what that family structure looks like, even if they ain't see it for themselves. They got a picture in their mind of what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But living it out is a whole nother beast. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
You might see it one way, but living it and acting it out and actually producing that, you know what I'm saying, is something totally different.
listen, coming into my family, bro, I came out of love, I came out of structure, I came out of discipline. Any woman that
Hmm.
associates with me, bro, listen, if you didn't even come from that, let me show you something.
Right.
Didn't even have that family dynamic. I had it. Let me
Right.
even give you my side of the family to show you. Get
Yeah,
into
I agree.
my parents, my
Yeah.
dad, my mom, my grandma. Let me show you some stuff because guess what? Even if your parents didn't leave you something, I got something that I can give you to make sure that our next generation surpasses that.
Absolutely. And that's what's needed. That's what's needed.
Come on, bro.
That's what's needed. Collaboration. Yeah, that's what's needed.
I'm not scared
But
about no. I'm not scared if you're gonna take mine or try to finesse
but
me
see,
out,
but
bro.
see, but see, even but see that way of thinking, that way of thinking is rare though. It's not a lot of people think like that. Let me tell you why. Most people want to be evenly yoked. You know what I'm saying? So, say my
What does
family
that
come
mean?
from this prestigious, say my family come from this prestigious background. They 9 times 10 want to find somebody else who come from the same thing. A lot of people ain't willing to, you know what I'm saying, get with somebody who don't come from that to bring them up to that. You know what I'm saying? They want to have it already made. You feel me? Now I don't think it's nothing wrong with if you come from, prestige, education, class, whatever. Say you meet a woman who don't necessarily come from that, but she's still a great woman. What's wrong with coming together and building with this woman and creating that for your generation of kids? You know what I'm saying?
Let
If
me
more if more men and women thought like that, bro, we'll get to where we trying to go a lot faster.
let me give you some game, and this is the best game that I could ever tell you about this equally yoked thing because everybody has it confused.
Hmm.
There are some things that my money can't buy that she
Hmm.
already has in her, and then
Hmm.
there's things that her money can't buy that I have in me. So
Yeah.
it becomes a mesh together to make it
Hmm.
a collective because
Yeah.
we all are not perfect. But the
Right.
imperfections on both sides can be married by what? Identifying what you can't see in yourself. That's how you
Right.
know somebody fucking with you for real. It's because
Yeah.
they see the potential more in you than you see in yourself. And if you
Right.
match that same energy on the feminine side, then you could collectively become a whole family as one man. And most
That's
people
balance.
don't even grasp that concept.
Yeah, that's balance. Yeah, that's balance. It's like the 42 laws of my eye. That's balance right there. Yeah,
Simple.
if more, yeah, if more people adopted that equally yoked and find somebody that's the exact equivalent to them. You know what I'm saying? Most people nowadays in modern times, they're not really willing to, you know, I guess I want to say build, with somebody. They just want to come to something that's already made. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. You feel me? But I think, like just like you said, to piggyback on what you said, the importance of that is you find somebody that doesn't have qualities in them, but you have certain things in you that they can learn from, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come together and it becomes one, and y'all build all that. That's powerful. You know what I'm saying? That creates something strong. But nowadays, you see it all the time on social media. You know, a lot of women want a certain man that already has certain things, and a lot of men want the woman to already come prepackaged with certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, in the end of the day, nobody's willing to put in the work, you know, to to build something.
And that goes back to that European mind frame that has no identity with blackness, because at the end of the day,
None has none,
none we
none at all, none at all.
and
That's
that
why it don't work. That's why it don't work. At least not for all of us. Some people can manage with it, but for the ones that's struggling, it's not a fit. It don't fit.
because here's my thing, right? It takes a special kind of man to deal with a special type of woman who may have a special type of issues.
Right.
Money can't buy,
Exactly.
and your equivalency to a currency is not going to be the breakdown and the end all and be all of your relationship,
No, it's
because
not.
that the things that are in him, you can't purchase those.
Right.
Those accoutrements that you've been robbed of in your society and in your lifestyle and your upbringing, he has those. Allow him to reintroduce those things. And it's okay to sit back and learn something. That's why the locks with that song, he said, I sat back and listened to a wise young man and quickly became a rich one. And it ain't also about a currency, bro. It's about the mind frame of being able to utilize that in order to make something out of nothing, bro.
Absolutely. Knowledge is currency.
Oh, bro, we running around here thinking we better than one another and thinking that this is that, bro. We whose identity are you choose? Because
Yeah,
that
yeah,
ain't no blackness in that whatsoever, bro.
yeah.
Let me give
You
you an
know,
example. I
yeah.
talk about I worked in the school district, and this is why it hits home with me. I worked in the HISD school district, and I had took this lady. I was taking care of some business for her. She wanted me to write her a speech. This is back in the 2000s. Wrote her a speech for specifically that she needed to deliver on an education basis for young men. And she told me the story of how before she came to HISD, she was making great money in Exxon, right? What they did was they purposely, purposely, her and her husband worked for Exxon. They kept bringing her up in the ranks and left him down there. And the people and the powers that be pushed her up. Because you know why? It was certain individuals that wanted to sleep with her. You know what she
Mm,
told her husband? She told her
mm,
husband, she said, let me make the money. Believe
mm,
in me, I'm not gonna leave you. I know you're getting concerned. They had issues, those little tiny issues. She said, listen, I'm gonna make the money and I'm gonna
mm,
make sure that you rise along with me.
mm,
And when she said that, she said, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pimp them out of as much money as we possibly can. We're gonna let them elevate us as me as high as they can, and then we're gonna walk away from them." And they actually did. And guess what? She's retired from education in HISD, bro, handling her business, and her husband is running his own company, man. If that ain't the biggest trick for you, I don't know what is.
beautiful, beautiful. Nah, that's beautiful. But let me ask you this though. But let me ask you this though. Given that story you just told, let me ask you this though. How many of them women would have got their promotions and been up there on the top floor and looked down at that nigga and said, "Man, fuck you. You can't do shit for me. you, you, you can't do shit for me.
But see,
What do I need you for?"
but here's the thing with that, right? Everything can change in a New York minute, bro. Because just like how, let me tell you something, just how high you could come, you can fall back down. See, Teddy Pendergrass said it best: chances go round. The same people you meet going up is the same ones you'll meet coming down, bro.
But see, but look, it feels so good. It feels so good going up. You don't ever think you gonna fall again. That's the cold part. If the way up feels so good, you can't fathom the feeling of falling.
Let me tell you something, bro. I've talked to men, and this is a weird way to put it. I've watched men lose hundreds and thousands of dollars on a gambling table.
Mm.
Hundreds of thousands, collectively millions, probably in my lifetime. If I've seen dudes gamble
Wow.
now, and I'm saying this is a weird analogy, but at the end of the day, the money never meant nothing to them. It was the thought of being able to accumulate it was the thing. Think
Mm.
about it. The money never stopped coming because they won the money, they lost the money, they won the money, they lost the money. But it was just them being able to create something out of nothing.
That was the high.
That was the high. So, so if you have individuals like that, understand that, baby, if they giving you the opportunity, take the opportunity. Understand at the end of the day, there's an end game, there's a chess game, and the chess game is to win in the end. I don't play chess to be playing, I'm playing to win.
Yeah.
So with that understood, if
Make your
you
next move your best move.
make your next move your best move, and if you understand that concept, then you'll be able to go further in life with two than you ever will with one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and with that philosophy of chess, no matter how many bad mistakes you done made on the board, your next mistake can always be your best one.
Absolutely, man.
No doubt.
And I mean this, man. When I sit there and look at the Derrick Jaxn situation, right? That's an even a controlled narrative, right?
Right.
She said that he slept over with 100 women. Now that's going to create a emotional outrage, right? Think
Yeah.
about this. After she said 100 women, every woman that was probably watching that interview, their antenna started going up. It started going up immediately. 100 women? How is it possible? It might not have even been 100 women, for all we know. Because, like I said, we're watching and being entertained by an interview of what we think may be a one-way situation. But we don't know because guess what? In the interview, did he ever ask her in that question, without pointing the finger at Derrick Jaxn, what did you do to cause the marriage to go to shambles? But do people really want to know that answer? Or do we want to have that feel-good story of the woe is me?
Man, don't nobody. Let me tell you something, bro. Tell you something, bro, about Derrick Jaxn, bro, and his story. And this is a Hollywood story. This is a Hollywood narrative right here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about his side of the story because his side of the story is not headlining. Nobody cares if he did it. Nobody cares if he did it or not. When it comes out, yeah, nobody cares if he did it or not. What people care about is how she's handling it and how she feels and what she's saying. That's that's the meat of the story. You know what I'm saying? The truth ain't in the pudding, cause don't nobody care about the truth. They care about the story. The story matters more than the truth do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely, man.
it's more entertaining. It just is what it is. Like, and it's sad. And it's sad to say. And it's sad to say, but that's the way the media works. The media don't give a damn about the truth. Is the story juicy or isn't it? That's all
Now,
they care about.
now I'm gonna say
And
this.
look, and look, and look, and look. Once that and that's what's dangerous about narratives. Once narratives get out, it's hell to put them back in.
That's true.
Hell, whether it's true or not, once it get out, shit, nobody cares if it's true at that point. It's out. You know what I'm saying?
What's so crazy about that? Like everybody outraged. Pretend. When I say pretend, oh, I can't believe that he would do such a thing. He's just, oh,
exactly.
I can't hit that sweet woman. Oh my goodness, she was just that sweet, pure angel. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
Now, hold up. Now, them same people that commented and what have you, as soon as he put them airplane emojis in their DM, they flying off to Cancun. Cancun on 3, man.
Yeah, sip mojitos and play in the sand.
Come, listen to me, man. At the end of the day, what it is. I'm not taking nothing away from her story, but we're gonna be realistic about it, bro. The man has a nice size, gainable amount of resources, and guess what? They gonna do anything by any means necessary. And I don't want to use that quote by Malcolm X, but by any means necessary, they gonna get to them resources.
Yeah, man. And look, and this ain't, and I ain't trying to. I don't want to paint nobody out to be no gold digger or nothing like that. Cause shit, maybe he did, you know, do what he's accused of doing. But the fact of the matter is, it don't matter.
Where we at with it?
It don't matter.
Jackson, man, and his concubinish ways. You feel me?
Yeah. What he do wrong, man?
He say he had over 100 women. Now the one that tripped me out, she said, is that she would pass the women in the hallway, man. I think they was just putting some sauce on that, dog.
Man, they putting ice cream and cherry on top.
Bro, it sounds so saucy, bro. It just sounds. It's like each
they
part.
Dressed it up.
Think about this. Look at the timing of it, right? Each part that they coming out is way more worse than the other parts. Think about it. It's like they chopping the interview down just so you can be like,
yeah. Somebody finna get a reality show.
Yeah. Come on.
It ain't gonna be him.
It's in the works.
It ain't gonna be him.
He behind it. He didn't seem like, hey man, my career over with as far as giving advice. So what I'm about to do now, I need to look like the villain.
Yeah.
I need everybody to come out on me. Hey, let's make some money, man. We got one chance to get a big payday. Surviving Derrick Jaxn.
Surviving Derrick Jaxn, bro.
You gotta make a little money.
Man, you know the game, man.
You gotta make a little
man.
money,
bro. I told Keenan, all he got to do is put them airplane emojis in them DMs, man. And guess what? They go.
Right. She knew she was sharing him from the start. Yeah. So, hey, man. And guess what? To this day, she's still a disciple. She was getting to know how they bodies better than she knew her own. Yeah. See, that's the kind of loyalty and dedication you need, right? We talk about that Derrick Jaxn. Loyalty and dedication.
Oh, that's what you want.
You see that? Look. Look, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Look, Ro. Let me tell you about women. Let me say this. She got the TV. Look. She watching Snowfall. Raw. Look. The TV on the highest max she can hear. I'm way in the other room. How did she hear that?
I hear everything.
You see this? Yeah. Oh, man. I'm talking about it. That's what Derrick Jaxn. She not mad at it, though. She not mad at it. He said she got to know the women.
You say that's the kind of Lord.
That's what he needed. Raw. listen. What work for one relationship might not work for all. But what I'm saying is, she said she passed up the woman in the hallway, meaning they was high fiving each other. When one leave out, all right, good. Did you suck the balls? Okay, what you did? You okay? Let me finish the rest. That's what they was on. Yeah, that's the married woman in the background, y'all. Yeah. Oh, there's no, it don't never stop, bro. It don't never stop, man.
Hey, bro.
The never-ending story.
Man, come on, man. It is what it is, bro.
Hey, it's a carousel.
Man, and what I'm saying is, if that's what works for them, because she said he signed a petition, 100 women. That didn't stop you. That's what you signed. You was down with it. You know why? Because you was along for the ride. You had nothing to bring to the table. You had nothing to offer. And guess what? You knew this man was a millionaire, making money, doing whatever he was doing. So she accepted everything he had going on. So that's not, even though we could say, oh, he was a married man. That's what you call an arrangement. Not necessarily a marriage. That's an arrangement. Yeah.
So it was contractual obligations, and she didn't adhere to them, and it was just too much for her in the long run.
Hey, and so it was like, okay, you know what? Okay, we're gonna press pause on this because XYZ, you can't handle the ABC, so we're gonna do the DDEFG and A, and that's gonna be it. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna log off and take a hiatus, and I'm gonna mastermind the plan. I need you to go out here and get my name back popping again because I've been exposed. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna get out here, you're gonna do these interviews now. And I really want a man to interview you because that's gonna make it even, more validated. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. So now, when it's my turn to speak, I'm doing an interview with the highest bidder. Breakfast Club, how much y'all willing to pay? Nori, how much you willing to pay? All these different outlets, how much are you willing to pay? Because I'm already a sleazeball at this point.
Now,
what I got to lose?
Now, what if Tasha K gets her after she exposed Derrick Jaxn? Wouldn't that be like almost a double whammy, bro?
Absolutely.
Man, come on now. That, you know what I'm saying? That works in both ways.
But y'all did not make no sense. See what I'm saying? That's the only way it's gonna make some sense. It gotta go like completely because see, you messing up your bag at this point. You sitting there trying to shine a light on this man. You trying to do this and this and all that. Even putting 100 out there. You trying to muddy this man up, make him look like, oh, he ain't turning out nothing but his collar at this point, right? Yeah. He sleeps. He like me. He probably ain't even got a collar on. At this point, it's a free fall. So you gonna do whatever to muddy this man up. All right, cool. So now he know that lane he once had, that's over with. He can never be that. So, okay.
Time to go all the way in.
Let me pull some strings. Let me see what I can mastermind.
Yeah.
Because understand.
Time to become
in order for him to be able to expose what he done, she's seeing the different women out. He's a master manipulator.
Say
you know what I'm saying? And he got things in order. He keep over his body. He eat right. He do whatever he got to do, whatever. So this is the man that you're longing for anyway. But the thing is, the man for once was really out of your league. You don't even match up. You know, and see, you gonna try to ride that spiritual wave to make it look like something, but if you were so spiritually entwined, you wouldn't even been down with all the other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's holes to be poked in these stories, man.
This is what I'm saying. And let me tell you something. I watch behavior. See, I notice the things that people don't see. Now, she comes off to me as a religious zealot, right? I'm talking about Bible in hand at all times. And if you, like he said, if you're that much high of a person, you wouldn't even put yourself in that type of position because you're supposed to be choosing God first.
Over everything.
Over everything. So, yeah, bro. Like I say, man, I just wonder what else is gonna come out because they done release about 4 parts of that. It's about a few minutes
Yeah,
snippet.
it's a whole lot of snippets.
Yeah,
So they smart. Do they have kids together?
they got 3 kids, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. So well, they gonna make it beneficial for everybody. So,
Yeah.
yeah, they probably gonna release one more snippet, and then we're gonna be ready for the full plate. But see, that's gonna be her side of the story. Now everybody is waiting. What does he
Well,
have to
that's the
say?
story everybody want. Don't nobody care about
And
his
he
side
really
of the
gonna
story.
debunk a lot of stuff. He gonna let it be known she was down with everything. And then what that's gonna make her look like?
A liar.
Yeah, you did all this cartooning. He gonna have messages. He gonna have everything to be known. And then for you to say y'all passing each other up in the hallway, come on.
Yeah, why y'all on the same hallway?
Come on now. That man had a marathon.
Yeah, and you can do it when you're in the gym. You're on top of your business, and yeah, so yeah, it can't be said out loud. But
Yeah.
if you know, you know.
Stay focused at all times.
Because look, even after that, she's still alone for him.
Oh, of course, man. I could see it in the way she was praying and breaking their wedding pictures and stuff like that. I said, oh, man, come on.
Man, if he said, hey, man, look, I'm laying it out on the line. I'm done. Guess what? You coming right on back in the fold, huh? That's just what it is.
With open arms.
For some, it's in you. It ain't on you, man. It come like that. And see, that man always had a way with words. That's how he was able to captivate the world. How many followers this man got?
He still got 1 million followers.
And do you know the followers still there and the man ain't posted over a year?
Ain't that
Because
crazy?
you know what everybody doing? They waiting, anticipating. They need to know. Because there's some people that still feel like, nah, hey man, hold on. This dude got me through some stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's some people's names you just can't tarnish. It don't even matter. You know, they put the stories out about Martin Luther King, what he was doing on the side, all that. At the end of the day, it's still a mass of people that it don't matter what come out about it. And
Elijah Muhammad.
Jesse
Elijah
Jackson, you
Muhammad
call him a
too.
nigga on live. Barack Obama, you call Kanye West a jackass. You can do all that. It don't stop nothing, man. Because when you him, guess what?
What?
You him. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, dog. Like, it don't stop you. Kobe Bryant. Oh man, they put rape
Tiger
charges.
Woods.
Guess what? Let me win back-to-back titles, man. I know how to stop y'all from talking. Don't worry about it.
Tiger
Come
Woods.
holler at me real quick. Let me show you these.
They was like, what? What happened? We don't understand that. That ain't never happened. What? That ain't even in the history now. That's done. That's a done.
That's over with. Because the die-hard ones that's really down with you, they don't care nothing about none of that. Yo, that's null and void, man. So what? You know what I'm saying? O.J. Simpson, oh, he did it. Okay, that's fine. R. Kelly, oh, he did it. Oh, okay, yeah. Put that R. Kelly on at the family reunion, man. we jamming it, man. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, he did what? Hey, man, put that Thriller on. Yeah. Because when you that, man. The whole world can rise up against you. Man, they lied on Jesus, man. They were saying Jesus was a wizard and all this different stuff, man, to the point they beat him and they stretched him wide, they killed him, they did all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Here we are 1 million years later, man. His name's still holding the weight, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. And what you need to know, in case you know, if the whole world come against you, it's a scripture that say, woe unto them if everybody speak good of you, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody got something good to say about you.
That's not right.
Something wrong. Yeah. I remember Stevie J said, show me a perfect person, I'll show you a liar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Out to him.
That's the real. See, when you out here doing right and you really get big, you gonna get the hate. You gonna get the naysayers. You gonna get the Yeah, I heard this about him. Yeah, that nigga, he don't take care of his kids. Or yeah, that nigga there, he don't. Ooh, like that's what come with it. You
And,
feel me?
and to
Mhm.
piggyback off of what you just said, man, in that movie, man, I always remember that, man. Batman, when Joker told him, he said, "You live long enough to see yourself become the villain."
Become the villain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's the real.
yeah. Yes,
Nah,
sir.
that's the real. That's the real. And see, you gonna have to put yourself in a position where you wouldn't embrace it. That's fine. I'm next. You know what I'm saying?
Say
I'm
goodnight
next.
to the
Young
bad
boy
guy.
got a song. It's him, Kevin Gates, and Porno Rondo. It's called You Say I Am. They saying I'm everything you saying. You want to call me a whole ass nigga, you want to whatever. I'm all this, baby. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I take all it. Everything you say. But guess what? You ain't finna stop these records from selling.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? You're not finna stop that. And you know why? Because the world thrives off controversy. Man,
Back.
listen. You can make a movie right now, right? About whatever you consider to be the perfect man, right? What he do with his family, his kids, his wife, all that. You can make a movie about that, right? It's no drama. It's nothing negative happening in the movie. How many tickets you think that movie gonna sell?
Not enough.
Two.
It ain't gonna
Name
do
a
the
movie.
numbers, right?
Wait.
But if
Name a
you
movie
show
that's like that
in
though.
the preview for a movie, oh man, he coming out of different hotel rooms. Oh, he this and this. His baby mama coming at the door. She tripping about this and this and all that. Guess what? Everybody want to go see it. You know why? Because people love controversy. People ain't really down with what's right. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why more people subscribe to BET and MTV than they are TBN, right? Where they just talk about God all day. Or PBS, where it's about education and all that. Guess what? These are your least watch channels. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, man. Look, everybody act like they care about what's going on, man. Look, if you really sit down and have a conversation with people about life, politics, and all kind of stuff, man, you will see in the end of the day they just shaking their head agreeing. They don't know nothing about nothing. Like you could ask black people, right? Like I cut a lot of older black dudes, right? And I'll be like, yeah, y'all gonna vote? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, straight Democratic ticket, man. I'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, why y'all voting for the Democrats? What's that about? Oh
That's
man,
what I
they
always
for the
did.
black people. I say, why you say that? Like what? Like what's the basis of that? Oh, that's just how it's always been.
Yep.
According to
That's how
what?
it always been.
I was just gonna say,
They can't.
according to what?
They
Yep.
can't give you a detailed answer on that at
Nah.
all. You know why? Because it ain't one. You see what I'm saying? Like they demonize Trump so much to where people not even seeing what all he actually done. And I'm not just saying like I'm a Trump
It's
supporter, nothing. I'm just
political.
saying in
It's
comparison
political.
to Joe Biden, right?
Yeah, it's political
Who
not to be
told
a Trump
somebody
supporter.
if you don't vote for me, you not black, right?
Yeah.
Like what you done for the black community? You lied about the student loans because guess what? When it comes to the debt, we hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but then guess what? You gonna give Ukraine some money for free, billions of dollars that you could have said, hey, man, we're gonna put towards, this the way y'all don't have to worry about loans. Hey, man, we might even give out a little reparations. Man, these people not
Nah.
gonna do this shit, man.
Nah.
This the
Nah.
game they play, man.
That's the game, yeah.
All right, let's
That's
put
the
Barack
game.
Obama in there. All he got to do is say he want to make change, right? So, what's the
Tokenism.
change Obama brought? For the first time in American history, they lit up the White House with rainbow colors. Obama did more for the LGBT community
That he did
than
for
he
black
did for
people.
blacks. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
And ain't no
You
cap
had it
in
right
that.
there in your fingertips. And we can say, yeah, Congress and the House and all that, they went against everything he did go up against. And that is true because he was Democrat and we had a bunch of Republicans in the House and in the Senate and all that. So, of course, they shooting down everything you want to go against, right? But
Mhm.
the reason why I respect Trump so much, everything them people vetoed and said you can't do, you know what he did? You know what? Executive order, man. You can't come against that. So if you say, hey man, it's reparations, executive order, guess what? That's what it is. Trump really showed you when he got in office how to flex that muscle, man. No other president flexed that muscle like he done, man.
That's actually fact.
That's why they don't want him in
Yeah,
there though.
no, for
And he
real.
looked good on him. and he stood on it.
Yeah, it is what it is. You feel away, hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah. And
Yeah,
guess what? Why
that's why
everybody,
he
oh,
can't
he
get back
wrong
in
for the
there.
wall. He wrong for the wall. Guess what? These are same people that's going out, filling out applications and can't get drugs. Raw, tell me this. Can me and my family just come walk in your house and move in? Something wrong with it. So this is my thing. Me and you can't even get into Mexico without a passport. Why is it that they able to just come across the borders and it's all good? See,
Well,
I'm looking at the actual point. I'm getting the feelings about it because everybody like, oh man, they just trying to find a better way. But in reality, what I'm saying is, if we just walked across the border, what's gonna happen to us?
yeah, we're gonna get detained. We're gonna get detained immediately.
Right back. We right back at it, baby. You know what I'm saying? This don't stop. They can't stop us all, man. Every time we try to get on these lives, man, they try to stop us. They try to block us, man, because they know that the education is essential and what we breaking down on here. They know this. That's why they're trying to break us up from it. Trust me, they are. You back on, man. Tim, you back at it, baby. So I told you the powers that be, man. They really, really, really trying to keep us from having these type of conversations. And like I told you, this is important. And the reason why it's so important because they don't want to see us come together collectively like this. They don't want to see it. They just want us to be at a consistent disadvantage when we breaking down topics like this. Because they know that three of these could easily turn into five of these. They could easily turn into six of these. They could easily turn into nine of these, 12 of these, 15 of these, 20 of these, 20, 25. They don't want these type of conversations to be had because they know at the end of the day, we building something. And they know that with this right here, these conversations being said, gonna be while they get ready to come back on, then I wanna tap in. I wanna tap in on this too right quick. I wanna say this. For y'all that's joining me tonight, man, I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight, man. I definitely gotta show y'all some love. We're gonna be doing this probably 2 to 3 times. Man, we're gonna be tapping in and we're gonna powerful stuff across the board. Man, listen to me. We're gonna be having these conversations because these are the important conversations that we need to have collectively as a whole. Got nobody, or we don't even have a media outlet that speaks the way that we speak. That's why I say it's raw and uncut. And like I say, if you ever want to get on, by all means, come on, man. We want you that we would love to have you. We definitely want you here. So it looks like they want us to reboot up and whatnot. But I want to send this special shout out to everybody, man. And I also want to say this. Um, I also want to say this. Man, we was rocking and rolling, man. There's so much going on, man. Like I told you, when these conversations start getting true and in depth like that, they want to break us down. They want to silence exactly what we talking about. But we coming strong and we coming unified across the board. We're gonna probably do a part 2 tomorrow. So stay tuned. We're gonna be in. I know it's 11 o'clock and y'all been rocking with us real late tonight. But don't sleep on us. Don't sleep on us. Don't snooze on us. We about to come back with a part 2. I know it's 11 o'clock, but I also wanted to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. And guess what? We're going to be the bad guys. Let us embrace the bad guy role. But I also wanted to end on something special tonight and say, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Share. Look, like, subscribe, and share to tonight's program. And I also wanted to send y'all a special shout out with a song. I played it. It was a request. I wanted to play it again, and this is one of my heartfelt songs that I do like to play, and I do like the vibe. Listen, I'm gonna name the artist. The name of the artist is Luau Sindor, and it's from the Thanks for Listening 3 EP. It's called Still Us Part 3. We're gonna rock out on this tonight, man. I just want to let y'all know I enjoy y'all, I respect y'all, and check out this track, man, because this track is fire. Like I told you, it's Luau Sindor. Thanks for Listening EP Part 3. And listen, you're gonna enjoy it, man. For real. Check it out.
In a world that's social media driven, it seems that love is taken for granted.
No.
I'm just glad that we've been able to survive and weather the storm. And there's nobody I'd rather be on this journey with. Us. We. Still.
Still the one I'm fucking. You still the one I'm loving. You still the one about you a hater could tell me nothing. Still the one I need. Woman of my dreams. Still the one I'm bringing the minute that I succeed. Cause for me, I know you ride. Your every need I'll provide. Forever shit on my mind. Forever our souls are tied. I really just think it's time. We sit and we pick a time for shit that's been on our mind. Forever you'll be my spine, right? At first shit had got rocky with the outside chatter. We blocked it out and kept it moving, that shit don't even matter. You threw that pussy, I knocked it out, now I'm the only batter. And I'm so glad it happened, for real. Rubbing you, touching you, giving you life. Thug in the house, you can sleep through the night. Family good, all the kids are alright. Arguments happen, I'm making it right. Buy you a present, put you on a flight. Didn't get married, but call you the wife. Smiling and happy, you loving your life. Them hoes, they hating, it's all out of spite. You the one that took me from my old ways. I'm just trying to be with you the old age. You my lover friend and my homemade, my only, yeah, still.
Hey, I'm on my way to the house. Be ready and have your bags packed. We're getting ready to get out of here.
Ceremony, holy matrimony, how they want it, shit real, nothing phony, how we own it, not condoning or tolerate nothing when it come to my baby, still my lady, life is crazy, you're amazing, glad we made it, and God gave me somewhere to share something that's finally real, and you know I'm gonna hold you down from right now until, permanent contract, it's no way I'm letting you out of the deal, and everything I said from day one live inside of me still. You the one that took me from my old ways. I'm just trying to be with you the old age. You my lover friend and my homemade, my only, yeah, still.